And yes, y'all gonna hear, what is that? What is that joint called? The fire? The fire alarm? No, not the fire alarm. Man, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all hear that? Yeah, we need to change the battery, basically. See, that took like 1 minute of me just saying that. But, hey, how are ya? As y'all know, it's your boy Latrell. He means well. If you don't know the basketball player, let's go with A-Y, like not A in the letter Y, but A-W-Y-H. Yeah, and welcome to Openly Opinionated. And I know y'all are expecting to see somebody to the left or to the right. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Ugh. Wait, that wasn't a hop, that was a stomp. Okay. But yeah, so I can actually start off with speaking about that actually, because you know how some things in life just, you have something planned and it just don't go as you have planned. But are you gonna, cry and complain about it or be upset, or are you gonna be able? Ooh, that was a vicious puppy. You hear that? Ooh, still going in. Okay, but basically, are you gonna, cry and complain about it, or you're gonna say to yourself, okay, it didn't happen my way, and the universe possibly has something else in store for me, and this could be more beneficial, but this is how it went, and this is how it's going. And that's what I went for. So, right now I'm talking to you guys by myself, myself, and I was about to say Irene, but Irene ain't here. It's just me. Me. But basically, I was about to say, that's the type of situation that we're involved in, and I can start it off with, you're going to get a lot in this podcast. You're going to get me and people just wilding, having a good old time laughing. And sometimes we're going to get people that are going to sit down and we're going to have, conversations that are a little more deep, a little more in depth. And, that's really the different, parts of myself that I'm going to have open to you guys. My opinion is definitely going to be open for sure. And I don't mind speaking about, whatever be the case that I have heard and that I've actually put into practice and I live by, and I'm here to basically make you guys think. Even if sometimes I frustrate you guys, and I have people I frustrate, and sometimes I do it on purpose. Most of the time I probably do it on purpose. And in a way, just to get somebody to really think about the things that we do on a day-to-day basis that, may not be as beneficial as we think, or as we were taught, or that were passed down, or what you see on TV, or whatever may be the case. So that's what you're gonna see here. So I gave you something, that was on this page for you to, just see my energy, and you're gonna see how I can be fun and I can have a good time, and also can sit down and have a real legitimate, conversation that is somewhere you don't expect me to have, my energy and my thoughts, honestly. But I first want to start by saying, just thank you for, my editor, for hooking me up on the first one and hooking me up on this one. I hope. So thank you, Mahadi. Definitely follow my brother, the old me, Koda Kid, KYD, KOTA KYD. Definitely look him up. Gaming channel. Definitely follow him. Shout outs to Amani J Art. That's her YouTube, Instagram as well, for not only creating, the intro that you guys see in the beginning, but she did have me a banner made, and it didn't fit. It didn't fit. I wanted to use it. Oh, I could have took that elsewhere, but we gonna chill. And you see, everybody be looking at me in these shirts. They be like, I don't know if you big or the shirt little. Shoot, me either. But either way, shout outs to my boy Vincent Dillard. Hey, I'm telling you, boy. I'm telling you now. When I get you here from Florida, that's gonna be an experience. We've been talking about this for a while now, and shout out to him for being part of the motivation to, just do stuff like this and really grind, and just how he is as a person. I can speak about a lot of people and give shout outs to a lot of people, but I'm not gonna do that right now because y'all know me. I'm a people person. I can shout out to everybody I know. That's not the point. But contract season gear, that's what this is right here. That's all. That's why I was, really giving a shout out. So yeah, definitely shout outs to him. Definitely support my man's contractseason.com. And I think some stuff is discounted, like $10 off. Go ahead, get that. Cause you're gonna see me wearing a lot of that up here. But I just want to, dive in and start off with. I know people gonna be like, "Hey, we don't know your name." Every time you get up here, you gotta. Well, I said every time, like I've been out here several times. I mean, it's only my second time get on the mic and be in front of the camera. But yeah, basically, people are just wondering. Well, eventually, because I'm gonna keep doing this, and I basically want to get into a habit of doing it because it's funny, it's entertaining, of course. That's why I am. But also, you're, you may be not now asking me, these questions, but what are the questions you're asking yourself? And a deep question I've heard from, several spiritual people that I don't know if they're really, and if y'all hear the water, Jern back there washing his hand. But and if y'all really take the time during this time, especially with so much going on due to COVID-19 and so many things happening, this is the time to really sit down and relax, get quiet and really think about the things that you do on the daily, and think on the daily. What are you telling yourself? What kind of stuff are you feeding yourself physically? What are you putting into your body? But what stuff are you watching? What stuff are you putting into your mind? Because most people are sitting down, they watching Netflix. I know you got some shows up there. Yeah, I know you on a fire set. Yeah, jailbreak that thing. But at the same time, this stuff, it's not really doing anything for you. So you're just biding your time with watching it. Or it may be interesting, okay, cool. But, certain things that we do, it's like, okay, are you running? Are you avoiding something? Because this is the time to really take time for yourself and, do some self-evaluation. And evaluate not things only, but about what you're doing physically when it comes to eating and what you're watching, but just like I said, take time to think about what am I thinking on the daily, how do I feel, and how are y'all feeling? I didn't ask you that. I'm sorry. I'm a nice guy. I mean, I should be asking you guys this question. And like I said, basically I'm dancing around saying I'm gonna continue to switch my name up and do that not only because it's entertaining, but because having the name that I have, it's not really, maybe it's symbolic in a way, but at the same time, it's deeper than that. I would say most people get attached to so much And sometimes they do it on purpose, and you can really tell when you're getting in depth with something. I would say most people probably can't tell though. And so I say all that to say, the question you should be asking, or a question you can stop a lot of overthinking and stuff like that, is get back to asking yourself, who am I? And I'm not just a bundle of letters. I'm not, my mama's favorite kid. I'm not my dad's only boy. It's deeper than that. You have to start asking yourself questions like that. Who am I? And really, really start to, link things up. And you start to get to a place where it's like, okay. And don't be afraid to sometimes tell yourself, I don't know. Because a lot of people, and you guys know, you know these people that are really compensating, and they're saying certain things and telling themselves certain things to, like I said, compensate for stuff that they don't know and things that they're not comfortable with. And sometimes being comfortable isn't the best thing, for you, because you get complacent, and there's nothing wrong with being comfortable, but it is a problem with that keeping you and really stopping you from, being the best version of yourself. And that's what we're all aiming to do. Certain people do it in different, ways when it comes to, it can be, occupation. It can be certain ways that they, make themselves feel free when it comes to, some people may dance, your boy, I like to, hold on, but at the same time, I'm not, dancing away from the truth. Did you guys get that? Somebody? Dancing? Okay. No. Alright. But some people are doing that when it comes to certain things like working out. Working out is cool and all, but are you running from yourself? Because you don't feel comfortable, within yourself. So that's what I said, this is the time. Ask, who am I? I need to figure this out by asking in-depth questions. And you get to a place where you're like, okay, this right here. And shout out to, I forgot, somebody I follow big time and really influence a lot of things I do, or at least since the mind is, certain things that you take from other people and then you recycle it. I definitely recycle a lot of this guy's stuff. Sadhguru, SADHGURU. I don't know if my editor's gonna zoom in on the ring. I'm not married, but you might as well consider that to be a marriage to, self. We'll say it like that. To really seeking. So that's why I was shouting him out, just because certain things I've listened and practiced to really just get a hang of, on the mental battle I have. And that's what most people, it's just a lot of stuff that they're battling within themselves. And a lot of us like to, unfortunately, project and put it on other people. And, I sit down with you guys, and I'm going to sit down with you guys a lot, hopefully. The universe is willing. And just talk about not only, my journey and what I think, but just, different concepts and different things that we were taught to do that may not be as beneficial as we, thought. And some things, some sayings that we looked at and we just like, oh, that was cool. But, we didn't really take the time to think about it and really sit on it. And, some stuff that we miss, that's a big thing with us. We have so much that we try to do up here that we miss what's going on in here. It's another one. Come on now. I'm on a roll. Boom. I don't know if he's gonna put that in there. But yeah. I hope that's not my phone. Okay, I don't think that's my phone. Cool. Um, so, when you start asking these questions, you start to realize, and I was getting to Sadhguru, that's why I said shout out to him, because certain things he says that you really have to think about, and really you can really feel that. Like, most people say, okay, if I'm not this, then I'm that. Okay, so if you're not, bundle of letters, you're not just, you're not really, just your mom's child, then I'm this right here. But it's like, this body wasn't the same when you were, 8, and when you're not gonna be the same when you're 70 if you get there. So this is just, life is not only borrowed time, but this is some borrowed equipment that we're walking around with. And then you really have to think, okay, well, if that's the case, then bam, that's it right there. What are you missing? You're missing that they talk about in Bibles and lots of holy books and spiritual books, that cannot be named. And me being a spiritual guy, or at least a seeker, because at least I'm not going to speak for other people. I'm at the age and space mentally to say I don't know a lot of things. I'm okay with that, and I don't need to put up a front or compensate or anything like that, because a lot of people don't know. But it's the way they speak about things to make you think they know. And it's like, okay, if you don't know by experience, and same with me, certain things that I've listened to and whatever, I practice these things, So when I speak to people and I talk to them about, mindfulness and meditation and stuff like that, I'm not just saying it because I've heard other people, and work for other people. I also put it into practice. And, when people, big thing about us, we end up getting attached to so much, like I spoke about earlier. And that meditation allows, that separation from, I'm trying to word it lightly, but you and what you think that you are. Because you think you are, a bundle of thoughts and ideas, and this soil that came from the earth that you basically compiled over time, and then you start to realize there's something deeper going on. So, hey, what's going on? And I'm sorry, y'all, my roommate just came out, and like I said, you really start to think about, okay, there's something else happening here, because you start to get that separation. And then when you get that separation, that's when starts another process, and a different portion of life, or we could consider life to be. So that's why I just recommend people to and I say this knowing that sometimes I do, even myself, want to go out and when in Rome, do as the Romans do. But sometimes I have to tell myself, stop reaching. And that's a saying I say that probably got for somebody else, of course. But that's what most people are doing. When I would say, I'm not gonna put a percentage on it, so nobody can come from me in the comments or anything like that. But I feel like over 80%, close to that, issues that people may be dealing with are within, but we reach outside for something that we believe is a solution. And in that case, you're never really fixing the issue. You're just I guess the saying is pulling the wool over the eyes. I guess that's what people say. Maybe you're just covering up, but it's still there. And when the real issue is really in and it's deep, but you continue to pile things on top of it, and it's crazy because as you're piling and you're getting all this stuff, you know, karma also comes into play. And then all that, karma, your action, you get into that cycle. And you know, when I said we all get attached, then, you know, most people aren't really okay with change. So we're really stuck in that one bubble and stuck in that action and not really able to, you know, shake out of it unless something drastic happens. So that's why when I speak with people, I try to hit home on, you know, just being aware of, you know, things that are real, such as people may believe, okay, man, I got time to da 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 da, or, you know, I don't have the time, you know, in a sense. But it's like you're doing other things when you could be doing this. And in a sense, like I said, just running. Either you're running or you're hiding, but it's still there. So I would, like I said, I would really just sit down, relax. And it's crazy because I was speaking to somebody about this the other day, and you know, I'm, like I said, I'm more spiritual than anything. So, but I was raised in a Christian family, so you know, I've read the Bible, you know, maybe 1.5 times or something like that. I read it a good amount of times, and just being around so many people that, you know, operate within the religious realm, I would say I was speaking about somebody. It was about prayer, and it just crazy because certain people see things, you know, so different. And you know, I told somebody devotion to me is different from what prayer is. You know, being, you know, able to sit down and just be thankful, I would say is different from prayer. And sometimes people, you know, they're asking for things to happen, and I get it, especially, you know, if you feel like it's something really important. But at the same time, I'm also thinking to myself, you know, that versus, you know, meditation. Meditation is more getting quiet and, you know, being able. You never. What can happen when you get quiet is one thing. You know, that clarity. You get clear, and things just have to happen if you think about it. You know, sometimes when you continuously talk, you're only cycling and recycling the same stuff that you have up here. And you're thinking, you know, you're being guided, but how can you be guided? And how can you be told something when you're always talking? So that's why I say, you know, get quiet. And that's what meditation for also, you know, when it comes to separation. And basically, I guess they go hand in hand, you know, when it comes to the separation, you know, from self and what you think you know you really are, you get to see, you know, different things going on. And let me see, because I need to make sure my time not too crazy, because I don't know how many people are actually going to tune in. Actually, thank you guys for tuning in last time. Shout out to the people that, you know, shared stuff like this. Kyra, shout out, girl. Janine, shout out, girl. Mommy Faith, shout outs. My brother Troy, shout outs. Okay, I ain't gonna be doing, like I said, I ain't gonna be doing a lot of that. I had a glance at my time real quick. I'm doing okay. I got 24. And I also want to talk about, you know, before I head out of here, I just want to leave you guys with this one. Because I talk about this a lot, especially now. And something we need to think about is just how can this be the most convenient time ever in history when it comes to just everything. Everything is accessible. So most convenient time, Rambo's going in and nobody's hurting him. But people are the most, you know, depressed. And a big thing, you know, my boy, you know, Sadhguru hit on was, I think a big problem with us is we have so many different options. But, you know, back in the day when it was, you know, kind of cut and dry, you know, you could not have the opportunity to do this, and that, and that. And I understand the crazy thing about it is, I feel like what goes hand in hand with that is that I think people are really having some of our best, qualities and the best things for us also be something that can be, the most detrimental, which would be, memory and imagination. And, people are either trying to, wrong the past, or they're still stuck in the past. Or nowadays, we have so much going on up here that our imagination runs wild from something we want to do, or something not working out for us doing this or doing that. And it's crazy because, first of all, there's nothing wrong with goals, but how about being fully involved in whatever you do and not being attached to the results? Because yes, you may have good intentions or may not, and you may put in the work, but maybe, creator, I'm not really a big fan of saying God, and creator is just a word as well. Like I said, it's hard to speak about something that is, some unfathomable. Did I say that word correctly? I need some water. Hold on, let me. I don't know if I'm going to go out with the word again, but yeah. And y'all see the big body copper bottle? Man, y'all go ahead and get y'all a copper bottle, man. These things, they say, is daddy beneficial for you. And yes, I'm gonna close my eyes when I drink this water. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know that, because people see me drinking my water, they be like, "What are you doing?" Man, y'all go ahead and look it up now. They said water, lots of things, has memory, and sometimes I be telling my water how I feel. Not praying to my water, I just tell her how I feel. Dang. You know what? I'm not even gonna drink because I don't want to be making a ASMR over here. I can't be doing all of that. But they throwing a bag at me. I might as well go ahead and smack on the camera. You know what I'm saying? And not like that. Okay. But really, like I said, just this time is the time to really sit and get quiet and not, overcompensate for being bored or whatever may be the case. If you want to do something with your time, at least do something beneficial that's really going to help you. Read. There's nothing wrong with exercising, like I said. If you feel uncomfortable about it, first of all, if you feel uncomfortable about your body, I mean, either you're going to work out, eat better, and one thing I always tell people when it comes to being insecure or just many things that we're struggling with is really think back where this stemmed from. When did this start? Okay. And really, you have to get to a place where you're able to go so deep into your self-evaluation that you can really say, okay, this person told me this, and then several different cases happened, but that feeling that I had never left. And that's the only time I would say memory, can be good to you when you go back. Because sometimes people have that still left inside them that they're holding on to, and they're not able to release that. So you have to release that in that way. You have to, think about what happened. If somebody did something wrong to you, unfortunately, I've been saying this a lot lately as well, that you have to think to yourself. And you have to, I tell people, and I say this only to really hit home on what I'm saying, because sometimes when you're in wrong, you gotta do it as the wrong means do. So I gotta talk like this, for certain viewers. But if you treat everybody as they're a god, and even if they're not acting, in a godly manner, but if you're doing it at, as you are working out your godlike ability, and all of that. That camera about to cut off about 2 seconds. Sorry about that, y'all. Go ahead and like, comment,
subscribe if you haven't. Go ahead, hit that notification bell for your business. Yeah.